Good evening. I'm just checking on my phone just to make sure that this is actually working. I did test this earlier today, but before I talk loads, let me know if you can hear me okay, if you can hear what I'm saying. And I'm just checking. Interesting. Why is it not? Oh, cool, it is connected. I was just checking on my phone and it didn't even look like the live stream was even on. Okay, it is working. Yeah, it's quite a delay. Anyway, good evening. Hey, Phil. Yeah, I always like to try and do a live stream with the new cameras that come out. I tried to do one with the Action 6 a little while ago and it just wasn't working, but I'm going to do that again. I'm going to try it again another time. In the new camera, I see a deterioration in sharpness and a pale image. I don't think there's a deterioration in sharpness. The pale image, I think that is just a thing with the pocket cameras anyway and the DJI cameras anyway, which is why I created a tone boost look, because every time I used it I didn't like how pale my skin looked and how washed out the scene looked. And it's the same thing for the Pocket 4. Even if you film in film tone, so at the moment the Pocket 3 has the pastel film tone at 50%, so that works with when using it as webcam. And even then, if you use the film tones in like 30% or 50% in video, you have to, it's not in photos, but not on webcam, but if you film with it, then you have to kind of adjust the image to give it a little bit more punch, because yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't understand why the image is so washed out and pale, but as long as you add some kind of adjustment, then the footage will look awesome afterwards. Good evening, Graham. Best small vlogging camera also for B-roll? Depends what are you filming? I say this all the time whenever people ask me these kind of questions, but what are you filming? What B-roll is it? Where are you filming as well? Hello, so what's the new? Well, the Osmo Pocket 4 is the new, which obviously the webcam at the moment, but yes, the Osmo Pocket 4, which looks, if you haven't seen the comparison video that I put out today, do check it out, but it very much looks like the Pocket 3, to be honest. The only difference is the fact that you have the buttons underneath. Let me just turn, I don't need this to be on. Actually, I'm not gonna have this one on because I also wanted to do this webcam test to see how long the Pocket 4 would go without overheating, and just see if that was a thing anyway. So if it does overheat, then I'll switch to this one. But you can see the buttons there, it's a little bit blurry. Let me put it in front of my face. Does that work? Yeah. So you've got the two new buttons underneath the screen there. And actually the joystick feels different too. It feels a bit smoother to use. But yeah, other than that, pretty much looks like the Pocket 3. And the image quality, I would say, is very close to the Pocket 3 as well. It's not a huge leap like you had with the Pocket 2 to the Pocket 3. I'm going to really try my best to keep up with the comments and the chat as well. So where did I get to? Camera looks good so far. I felt like it was lagging a bit, so I did a quick test earlier just to make sure everything was working, and it did look like it was lagging a little bit, but I think that's just the stream. Also, it's showing that it's in 4K 30 FPS at the moment. I was having a bit of trouble with OBS earlier, and it was really laggy, and I think I'd set my canvas up wrong or something, and when I did looked back at the footage, it was only showing in 1080, but hopefully when this stream finishes, it should be in 4K, so 4K 30, but we'll see. Hello Philip from Birmingham. Evening Lexi. Do we know if the Pocket 4 is coming to the US? I have no idea. I really don't know. You have the Lark M2 now. Yeah, I've had this for, well, since it came out. I use it all the time. I mainly use it if I'm using my phone or my computer, because it's just plug and play, it's easy. Whereas if I were to use the DJI mic, so I've got the Mini 3 here, if I were to use that, I'd have to get the bigger receiver out, and then I'd have to unpair it from the cameras and then pair it to the receiver, and I can't be bothered. It's faff, okay? So yeah, the reason I use the Hollyland mics when I'm using anything other than a DJI camera is because it's just plug and play and it's just so easy. So Lexi, yeah, this is the Pocket 4 webcam. This is the webcam, and as I said earlier, the film tone, I've got a film tone on it at the moment, which is the pastel film tone, and it's at 40%. In fact, let me just show you, actually, do you know what? Yeah, I'm good. Let me just show you what some of the other film tones look like. And it's not going to be, I'm not going to say that the other film tones are going to look good. This was the one that looked the best for the room that I'm in, because my room's kind of a cool look. But if I change it to, say, I don't know, what's this one? The warm tone, that's at 30%, and that's now at 100%. That's very strong. But when I was using the warm tone the other day and I was in like an urban environment, it looked really nice. So with the film tones, you do have to kind of pick the best film tone for the best environment. So this one is retro. Retro is another one that I like. This is retro, this is at 30%, and then this is at 100%. So again, very strong. And again, it just depends on the scene that you're in, because I also tried this the other day in another kind of urban setting, and it looked really nice. It was an overcast day and it looked really good at full strength. And so, let me just put it back into pastel. I have a video coming out tomorrow, scheduled to go out tomorrow, where I run through all the different film tones, because yeah, it's just a full dedicated video about film tones, and you can see how they look in a couple of environments. I'm just going back through my chat to see where I got to. Hey Tamara from the Bay Area in California. Hello. What time is it for you now? I feel like it's really early for you guys. Is this webcam mode? Yep, this is webcam mode. This is the Pocket 3 webcam. The Pocket 4, sorry. Not the Pocket 3, the Pocket 4. I had the first Osmo Pocket and have the Pocket 3 now and love it. The Pocket 4 is obviously a little bit better, but not quite enough for me to feel the need to upgrade. Yeah, it's pretty much what I said in my comparison video as well. It's a good camera. I'm not going to say it's not a good camera. It is a good camera, but the jump from the Pocket 3 to the 4 is just so minimal that, yeah, if you're happy with the Pocket 3, then I don't see a need to upgrade. For the beginner, do you suggest Action 4 or 5? The Action 4 is still a really good camera. I used it since its released up until a few months ago, and it really depends on if you need 2 microphones to be connected to the camera at the same time, and if you film in low light situations at all, or if you film at night, because the Action 5 is so much better in low light than the Action 4. So if those 2 things are true, then I would go for the Action 5. But otherwise, the Action 4 does a really good job, and it's still a great camera today. It looks really good, especially on a bright day. The colours just look really vibrant, but not in an overly saturated way. So, and the Action 5 has a tendency, like the Pocket 4 or the Pocket 3 or the Action 6, as someone mentioned earlier, to have more of a pale, washed out look. So yeah, I would go with it. But you can adjust that look and make some tweaks in the edit. But the Action 4 is definitely a good one that I'd still recommend it today, to be honest. Wondering what do you think of D-Log? I have Nano Mini 4 Pro, so in D-Log M, I'm worried the D-Log means more work to correct my videos. I don't have a Pocket, this would be my first gimbal camera. I would say D-Log takes a little bit more to grade because it is a lot flatter, whereas D-Log M has a little bit of contrast to it, so it makes it a little bit easier to color grade. And so if you are looking at getting it and shooting in D-Log, you'll be able to match the footage. It'll just take you a little bit more to do with the Pocket 4. However, actually no, yeah. So I think it will take you. It'll take a little bit more to do with the Pocket 4, but D-Log is it's a good log profile because it gives you that flexibility to really get the look that you want in the footage. Whereas D-Log M, not that it's restrictive, but it just has a bit more contrast to it. Do I have the flashlight? I do. I'm not using it at the moment, but this is it. And it literally just goes on the back of the gimbal. And it's got these, I don't know if you can see, but in there, yeah, so inside there, it's got these little connectors, which is the same as the back of the camera. And you can't see that because it's got the gimbal guard on it. So on there, and it's got some settings on the Pocket 4, so you can actually change some of the settings for the light on the camera. You don't have to do it, use the buttons on top of the gimbal. So, and it's also very cool because something that I didn't mention in the video, when you attach the light to the gimbal, when you flip the gimbal round to face you, the light will automatically turn on if you set that in the settings. So it's quite useful. And yeah, there are 3 different modes for it. You've got low, medium and high, I think that's what it's called, and 3 different temperatures as well. And yeah, if you saw in the, I think I showed more footage. Actually, no, I did show, because I posted 2 videos today. So the comparison video and the comparison video with the Pocket 3 and then just the general Pocket 4 video. And I did show footage in there using the light. So it does a good job. I would definitely use it and get decent footage if it's low light situations. So, do you know what? I really wanted to put a poll. So whenever I've done a live stream, can I do that? I put a random poll. Oh, I can. Okay, I'm going to do a poll in a second. We've got to do the poll. Completely random nonsense, but yeah, got to be done. But first, let me just have a look because I don't want to be really far behind chat. And I'm going to stop giving you really elaborate answers as well. Where did I get to? Lagging might be more internet connection server than camera. Yeah, it's definitely not necessarily to do with the camera, but my internet is very, very fast, so I don't know. But I'm looking at it. In fact, let me just check on my phone again. It doesn't look too bad. Yeah, it's actually not too bad. Do you know what? Damn, that looks good. That looks really clear. The film tone looks a bit strong though. 50%. Let me turn it down to 30%. So this is pastel at 30%. But yeah, that's very clear. That's good. Hello, M. Davis. What's the IP rating for the water and dust resistance? I don't know. I didn't get that info. So but from what I could tell, it's not weather resistant like the Pocket 3, but unlike the Pocket 3, unlike the Pocket 3, it does have this little door on the micro SD card slot. So that makes me think that maybe it has some kind of potential weather sealing, but I don't know. I need to double check with DJI because I didn't see it in the info. Is it possible to connect 4 mics to the Pocket 4? You can't connect 4 mics, you can connect 2, but you can also have 4 channels, so you can use, I did talk about this in the video, but you can connect 2 transmitters and then you can also have stereo from the camera which records to its own file or its own channel, so you get 4 separate channels. But yeah, you can't connect 4 microphones to the Pocket 4. Hey Tony. Everything DJI seems to be banned in the US. Yes, there's a lot that you guys are not getting, which is a real shame, but hopefully that will change, but who knows. Looks like the webcam mode does better with frame FPS and quality because my Osmo Pocket 3 does 1080 30 FPS. That's what mine was doing at first, but then I went, because this is connected through OBS, and so I set it up in a different way, because before when I did it, it was just outputting 1080 60, and then I went in and I changed some of the settings, and then it was outputting 4K. So it depends, I guess, on what you're using to stream or where you're using it as a webcam. Can one use their own custom LUT in webcam mode? Not on the camera itself, but again, if you use OBS, then you can import your own LUT and then add the LUT to the footage afterwards, or in OBS whilst you're doing your live stream. Hi Tamari, say you like the Pocket 4's way with colour in D-Log. Is that because it uses D gamma or another colour space wider than Rec 709 in D-Log? It just grades nicer for me. I don't know. Yeah. Just watched your Pocket 4 video after not following your channel for over a year, and wow, your production quality, content and delivery have seriously leveled up. Thank you very much. I would hope so after, I don't know how many videos I posted last year, but I do try and, up the quality every time. Every time I make a video, try and improve something. Can you please tell us about what you said 4 months ago about using the Osmo Pocket 3 for talking head, BTS and live streaming? Is that still the same for the Pocket 4? Yeah, it's very much still the same. So actually tomorrow I have 2 more videos. Like I said, I've got the film tones video, which is scheduled to go out, and I've also got the video scheduled about the Pocket 4 versus the Action 6. So it very much comes down to the filming situations, and so with the Pocket 4, just like I said in that Pocket 3 video, it's the same thing in that I mainly will be using the Pocket 4 for talking heads, so especially when I travel and I'm in hotel rooms, or if I'm here in my office, because do you know what, I don't really use my A7S III that much when I'm in here anymore, because these little cameras they're great, or I'm just most of the time out and about anyway. But yeah, mainly for sit down talking heads. BTS, dependent on what it is that I'm doing and where I am, because I've been using the Osmo 360 so much and I love it. It became one of those cameras that I did not expect to become such a staple in my kit and to be pulling it out all the time. So yeah, between the Osmo 360 and this, BTS, and then obviously as a webcam. So I always used the Pocket 3 as a webcam, so the Pocket 4 will always be my webcam now as well. Probably going to go with the 4 when I can, having never owned a Pocket yet. Love my Action 5 and Nano, bought each on your recommendations. Well, I'm glad I could help you decide. Let me just scroll down to the... yeah, all good. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Hang on, give me 2 seconds. What was it? Okay, where did I get to? I wish there was like a little checkbox so that you could show where you get to in chat messages. Because I'm always so behind because I just take so long to go through the messages. Oh, there he is. Can use the Lark mic via USB-C port. I haven't tried it. I feel like I tried it with the Pocket 3 once and it worked. Or am I just completely imagining that? I don't know. I can't remember. I'll try it, but I haven't tried it, so I can't say for sure. Would I pick the Nano over the Action 4? Yeah. The Action 4 was the camera that I used all the time, but I really love the Nano, and I feel like it did replace the Action 4 for me. But like I said, it's not to say that the Action 4 is not still good. If you still own it today, don't feel like you have to run out and buy the Nano. It's just because I have it. But yeah, I tend to use that. I don't use my Action 4 now. It's mainly for the kids. So if we were to go on holiday or anything like that, then I can just give the Action 4 to the kids and they use it. Action 5 and Pocket 3 still does what I need, but it's tempting to upgrade as always. Yes, always very tempting. Hey Tamara, enjoyed both of your new videos. Pocket 4 has real nice features, but I noticed no mic with this new camera. Yep, just the DJI, I think it comes with the DJI Mic 3, the creator bundle. Am I using the Osmo Pocket 4 for this stream right now? Yes, this is the camera. This is the Pocket 4. This is what I'm streaming on right now. Now that the Pocket 4 is here, can I rank my DJI cameras? No, because it depends on situation and location and what I'm doing and where I'm filming. So it doesn't work for me in that way. There's no best to worst because it literally just depends on the location and depends on what I'm filming and how I'm filming. So there's no rank for me in that respect. The dynamic range on the Pocket 4 for sunrise and sunset is quite an attractive feature. Yeah, the dynamic range, there's definitely a difference in the dynamic range, and you can see that when you film with the sun behind you, and usually the sky would be more blown out, but with the Pocket 4 you can still see the nice blue sky, and like for me, especially with my complexion and my skin tone, I don't look as dark as I would usually. So it gives it a nice balance. Two seconds. I need to check something real quick. Ah, there it is. This is probably very boring for you at the moment. I'm just looking for something. Just give me a sec. Okay. What's my favourite mobile camera, including your phone? I mean, I just use my iPhone 17 Pro Max at the moment. Thank you, Eric Steve. That is very kind. Oh, you guys. Thank you. I do appreciate that. So Eric Steve just dropped a super chat with a very nice message. Right, I'm going to try and go through these chat messages very quickly because I'm getting behind again. So, where did I get to again? I was going to do a poll. You just reminded me actually. Thanks, Eric. I was going to do a poll. So, okay. Where is it going to show up for you? I have to see it. I'm looking on my phone to see where the poll shows up. Where do you guys see it? I can't see it. Can you see it? Oh yeah, some people have added it. Where does it actually show up though? I can't see it on my phone. Am I being blind? Where do you see it? Where do you guys see it? I can't see it. Right, let me get through these messages real quick again. I really need some kind of highlight feature for what I've already read and what I haven't. Let's just go from. Damn, you guys are really Writing quickly. Hang on. Oh. Live chat would be better. It was on top chat. This is why it's all getting mixed up. No, it needs to be top chat because then I've just missed some. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to go back to where I can. Do you know the price of... Where's that gone now? Oh my god, why is everything so messed? Why is it all getting messed up? This is so much easier when I'm streaming on my phone, I swear. Why did it not show me the older messages? Do you know what? I'm just going to scroll back through on here. How far back will it let me go? I'll wait for the GoPro mission with interchangeable lenses and the Pocket 4 Pro, then decide. I'm really happy with my Pocket 3. Okay, there's that one. Sorry if you already mentioned, but do you know the price? The DJI website is not working for me. There are different combos, so it depends what you're... I don't know off the top of my head, but there are different combos, so there's not one specific price. I wonder why they ditched the protective hard case on the Pocket 4. It's really useful on Pocket 3 when it's in my pocket or bag. Yeah, I thought that was a really strange thing to do. I really liked that hard case, and it even though you've got the gimbal guard, I don't know, it was more useful to have the case as well, because you could put the wide angle lens in and ND filter as well. So I don't know why they ditched it. You mentioned you're using the camera via OBS. Can you tell us the full pipeline you're using? Computer, mic, software, setting up live stream for my wife's fitness class via Zoom. I feel like that's a video in itself, so I won't go into it in this video, but yeah, OBS, Pocket 4, the Hollyland Lark M2 plugged into the computer, but I think that's a completely different video on its own, because it's quite a lot to go into. I'm watching on YouTube and the adverts came and the volume was loud, so that means your output volume is low. Let's have a look. Yeah, it is showing low here, but I'm not changing anything because I don't want to mess anything up. So for next time, I'll make sure that I have a look at that. How do I charge all my batteries, manage memory cards and packing bags for every day? I charge everything as soon as I get back. Whenever I've filmed something, when I come home, I just charge everything. And with the DJI cameras, because you have with the action cameras, you've got the little case, the 3 battery case slot thing. I just put all the batteries in there and I just charge them up as soon as I get home. And I offload all my footage as soon as I get home as well, because depending on what I'm doing, I will start to edit videos as I film. So if I go out and I film today, I'll come back, offload the footage and start editing the video. And then if I go out tomorrow and film some more footage for that video, then I'll come back home, edit more of the video. So I tend to just do things in little bits as I go along, rather than having things stack up. I love my 360, it's brilliant. It was the second time you bought it? But yeah, it's a great camera. Hey Tamara, I'm very interested in your opinions between the new Mission 1 from GoPro and DJI Pocket 4. Which one is better for video stuff? Depends. And I don't have the Mission 1. I've seen it, but I don't know. It's going to depend on what you're filming and what you want the cameras for. So I don't know. I can't say. Audio is great on this Lark M2. Yeah, the Lark M2 is a great mic. Can't wait for the pro version. Amazed by how good the clips on light look in the videos you made. Yeah, it's a good camera. Honestly, the Pocket 4 is a good camera. For me, all I need now is a 360 and I'm good. What have you got at the moment? But yeah, 360 cameras are awesome. Best for the situation is the only way I can rank the cameras. Yeah, exactly. Exactly what Tony said. Is it worth it to have an actual camera, either APS-C or full frame, now that these cameras are 75% there and 99% lighter? Depends what you film. Again, it depends. Saw your 3 versus 4 Osmo Pocket comparison recently and you were like, comment live if you want to see me go through the menus or something to that effect. Is this now that live session? It is. However, I'm just trying to get through chat. So, and also, I feel like I might need to do this again where I actually go through settings because nobody has it yet. So I feel like maybe in a couple of weeks I do that live stream where I go through all my settings and go through the menus and menu systems so that when you have it, you can actually, you know, have it in your hands and go through and set it up at the same time. So this is just going to be a general chat, yeah. And so that you can see the Pocket 4 as a webcam as well. Random question, when you're out with the family and you want to take selfies with everyone, which camera are you pulling out? My phone, honestly. If you're talking about photos, I literally just get my phone out very quickly. But for videos, I take an action camera. So we went to this place a couple of weeks ago and I think I took, what camera did I have? I had my Action 6 and actually I took the Action 6 and I used the film tones on the Action 6 for the photos because I was just playing around with them again. And so I had my Action 6 on its extension rod and I used them because this is another thing that I love with the DJI cameras is that you can use the microphone as the remote shutter. So I had my Action 6 on the extension rod and then I had my mic in my hand and yeah, I was just taking the selfies with my kids and using the microphone as the remote shutter. So very useful. So an action camera at that. Hello, Helder. Hi Tamara, nice to see you. Love your content. Fan from Hungary. Thank you, Max. Mick, a member for 6 months. I appreciate the support very much so, and I hope you're doing well as well. Do I always have backup audio on my DJI mics? Yeah. In fact, I used it recently. When was it? I was using the DJI Mic 3. I think it might have been one of these videos that I posted today. It was really windy and, or was it? Yeah, I think it was with the Pocket 4 and I was out the other day and I got back home and the audio was clipping even though it was with the Action 6. It was clipping because I was walking down a street which was very busy. There was loads of traffic and big lorries were going by, buses were going by. I felt like I was shouting. In fact, it's the video that's going live tomorrow. And I got back and I started editing the footage and the audio was just clipped even though I'd set my gain to minus 12 decibels, I think, on the camera, on the Action 6. And thankfully, I had backup recording on the Mic 3, so that I keep that on all the time, just in those situations, because when I pulled the audio off the microphone, it was absolutely perfect. It was fine. 32-bit float recording is just, honestly, it saves you when you need it. Do I have any use for the Rode mic? The size made you change for the other mics? Honestly, I loved the Rode mics. The Rode Wireless, is it the Wireless Me or the Wireless Go? Or there's so many of them, but I love the sound that comes from Rode mics, but I just don't like the size, and that's what made me change to the Holyland mics. So, you know, this little one that I wear, and the DJI mics, because they're just so much smaller. But overall, Rode mic, the sound is great. I love them, but yeah, they're just too big, and I don't want to have the wire with the lapel mic clipped into the transmitter, so I just go with these mics now. Looks like it's BTS. How many Pocket 4 giveaway for those? If you don't answer salted, you're wrong. No, absolutely not. Not salted. Sweet and salted, if you're wondering. For me, it's sweet and salted all the way. I think the Pocket 4 is going to be like pineapple on pizza. Some are going to love it and others not so much. I'll probably pick it up. Pick up a used Pocket 3 now. I think so. I think you're right. How often are you needing more than one microphone connected? Honestly, only when I film with my kids. So again, the other day we went out to this really cool place called Puzzlewood, and I put one mic on me and one mic on them, and at one time I put one mic on each of them, just because I love their little conversations. They sound so cute when they're chatting to each other and chasing each other, and that's really the only time that I use the two mics with the DJI cameras, is for when I'm filming with the kids and I'm doing videos with the kids. Oh, for the poll. Yeah, I can see it at the bottom of the chat, but it's only showing me... Okay, there it's showing me. 40% salted. Sweet, 18%. Oh, sweet and salted, 42%. Yes. More votes, please. Let's go. Sweet and salted is the only way, for sure. We need a fourth option. I hate popcorn. Do you think Insta360 Luna will change anything? It's definitely an interesting camera, honestly. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on one and, yeah, using it and seeing what it's like. Toffee popcorn is also good. I should have put that there. I do like toffee popcorn. That'd be my second choice. Butterkist. Butterkist does great toffee popcorn. Is there a display port on the Pocket 4? No. The price of being popular is you have to read fast. My problem is that I want to give everyone an in-depth answer, and I just need to just fly through the messages. Philip, thank you for the super chat. Which laptop are you using? I heard there are prosoon. Heard there are prosoon. I don't know what that bit means, but I'm using a MacBook Pro M1. It's like 4 years old, but it still does the job. It does a really good job, and I shoot everything in 4K. It handles my 360 footage just fine, and yeah, it's a good laptop. And then I also have a Mac Studio where I do the majority of stuff. So my MacBook I only really use when I'm traveling, and if I'm being lazy and I just want to sit on my sofa in my office and edit. But it is a good laptop. Not a fan of the new gimbal guard versus the case either. with something that expensive, I want better protection. Yeah, and also the gimbal guard, where did I put it? Oh, it's already on it. It always feels like, I don't know if I'm just doing it, just trying to be too forceful with it, but it always just feels like you have to give it a little bit of a tug before it comes out. So yeah, I much prefer the case. I wish the case was, they just kept the case, because the case was really good. You can boost OBS in the mic settings if you need to. I was checking for it and I can't remember where it is. It's been so long since I've used OBS that I cannot remember where that setting is. And let me not do that, that'll mute it. But I couldn't remember where you see the whole set of all the, like the volume for everything. Because at the moment, it's up all the way. I wish I could show you. But there's another setting that I know of, but I can't remember where it is, so I will have a look at it for next time though. Is content creator your job, or do you have another main job? Nope, this is my job now. It has been for nearly 3 years, so in July it will have been 3 years since I quit my job, my 9 to 5, and this is what I do now full time. which is rather nice. It's nice to be able to get to that point where I could quit my job. Which action cam do you recommend? It depends what you're filming. It really does depend what you're filming. What do I use the A7S III for now? Mainly product shots. So in my videos, whenever you see I'm actually showing you the physical product, it's usually shot with the Sony A7S III. Unless I'm traveling, I don't take it with me, so I'll just use my phone in log mode, or I'll use the Pocket. So in the videos I posted today, there are some shots where I used my A7S III and there are some where I used my phone, but that's mainly what I use it for. Before, I was doing client work as well, so I had 2 A7S IIIs and I'd use those mainly for client work, and then I'd also use them when I was in my office doing my talking heads. But like I said, I like to get out and just go and walk and talk and vlog like that now, so that's why I barely use them unless I'm doing the product shots, like I'm doing unboxings or anything like that. DJI Pocket 4 240. 240 looks so smooth, honestly. I was expecting the footage to, like the quality of the footage to go down, but it looks really good. Love to see a video of your full live stream setup with a Pocket 4. Yeah, if enough people ask for it, I will do that video, but I still feel like I need to tweak a couple of things. And also, I want to start using Ecamm, because I've been looking at Ecamm for a while, a couple of years, and I haven't actually used it. And I feel like it will be better to use than using OBS, so that my live stream setup might actually change. So I'll see. But I will do that video, whether it's with OBS or Ecamm, I will do that video. Not sure if you've talked about it, but what's your editing software of choice? Hang on, let me move this out of the way. Oh, where's that gone now? But in answer to that question, I use Final Cut Pro, and where's that gone? Oh, there it is. So yeah, on my computer I use Final Cut Pro, and I use, for editing all of my videos, I use DaVinci Resolve when I'm creating my LUTs, and on mobile, depending on what I'm doing, so mainly Instagram edits, to be honest. I really like Instagram edits because I'm not trying to do anything really fancy. I'm just trying to put really quick, short videos together. So I edit in Instagram edits. Hello there in Greenland. Hello in Edinburgh. Keith. Hey Neil in Portugal. Worth getting or go for the Pocket 3? I would suggest watching my video that I posted today because it is a comparison between the 4 and the 3. It's not a... Just watch that video because I go through it in that video. Hi Tamara, you mentioned that you use Pocket 3 as a webcam. Is it only for short sessions? I've heard it can have overheating issues if it's used for long periods or very frequently. So I've used the Pocket 3 since I had it as a webcam. So when I've done video calls on Zoom, live streams in the past, and it has overheated a couple of times. So if I've gone for maybe an hour and a half, for example, I feel like towards the end, it did overheat. In fact, I was on a call with a couple of friends not too long ago, and I was using the Pocket 3, and I think it got to like 2 hours, and then it overheated and switched off. So then I just switched to an action camera, but I feel like I got about 2 hours out of it. So I'd say between an hour and a half and 2 hours before it overheats. And I'm actually waiting to see if the Pocket 4 overheats. I've been going for almost an hour, just under an hour. So yeah, in a long-winded way. See, this is why I don't get to the bottom of the chat, 'cause just long-winded questions, long-winded answers. But yeah, it has overheated before. I've got the DJI Action 6 based on your videos, but I was looking at footage, talking head, and the video looks soft. I don't know what makes sense, not crispy at all. There are a couple of things. So are you honouring the minimum focusing distance? Because you need to have the camera a certain distance away. I think it's either 30 centimetres or 40 centimetres. Kind of like think of it as an arm's length away from you. Otherwise you will not be in focus and then the image will be soft. The sharpness. So I tend to have the sharpness set at I have mine at -2, but you could put it at -1, and that'll give you a little bit of sharpness without overdoing it. And then, what's the other thing that I was going to say? Yes, mainly that really, the sharpness and then the distance. But there was one other thing that I was going to say, and it'll probably come back to me in a minute. Dosakis, thank you. Absolutely love your content. Thank you very much. Hello, Tara. Just now noticed Pocket is misspelled in your description. Is it? Let me have a look. Phuket. Oh, I also just saw that there is a couple more super chats. There are a couple more super chats. So thank you to Plan to Code. I bought the Canon R50V after seeing your review of a similar camera. Have I ever? No, I've never reviewed that one, but I'm glad that review helped you with buying that camera. And thank you for the super chat as well. And also, Kelly's North Shore, thank you very much. Popcorn, butter and salt for the win. Do you know what? I don't think I've ever tried butter and salt. I feel like I should though. But thank you for the super chat. Very kind of you also. What was I looking for? That was it. Oh yeah, I did as well. I'll amend that later. I have gas for the Pocket 4, but I'm going to chill after your comparison. Yeah, if you've got the Pocket 3, I would say you don't need the Pocket 4. Spoiler alert for the comparison video if you haven't seen it yet. But that's not all I said, by the way, at the end of the video. So it depends on context. So I still suggest watching it. The poll is missing a butter option. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Do you know what? I agree. Popcorn tastes different in the US to the UK, and I prefer it in the UK. I'm not going to lie. Sorry, I just got lost. And by the way, if you guys ask me anything about any cameras that could be coming up, might be coming up, do I have it, do I know anything, I'm not going to say anything, okay? So you can ask me about what's coming up. I'm not going to say anything because I've signed an NDA. So I'm not breaking my NDA for anybody, okay? Love you guys, but I'm not breaking my NDA. So if I do not answer questions, it's because I cannot. Either way, whether it's a yes or a no, I cannot answer questions about anything that is coming out. So I just say nothing. Whether it's true, whether it's not true, that's all I can say. So don't ask me. Do I have... Floss should be included with popcorn, 100%. Do you know what? I carry floss with me everywhere. So I think I've got one thing of floss in every bag that I have. Random, I know. But just like Lipsil as well, I have Lipsil everywhere. I have Lipsil in my drawer in my desk. I have Lipsil in every single bag that I own. I have Lipsil in my car, by the bed, in my bathroom cabinet, in coat pockets. I have a Lipsil everywhere. And also floss in every bag. Because if I eat something and I get stuff in my teeth, I hate that feeling of having something in my teeth. And popcorn is one of those things. So I agree. Popcorn, floss should be sold with popcorn. It should just be stuck to the popcorn pack, you know? 100%. 100%. Or do you know what? Do you know like when you used to have cereal? I wish they still did that with cereal, where you used to buy cereal and there'd be a toy in there. Me and my siblings used to fight over that. And we weren't allowed to put our hand in the box to find it. It was just whoever it came out for, is who got it. But we did. We wanted to root in that cereal to find that toy. But I really wish that they did that because it was fun. Yeah. But yeah, they should put floss in the popcorn bags, like the toys in the cereal. Just a thought. Do I have a desire to bring more or less gear with you? Less every single time. Assume the Pocket 4 will fit in the Pocket 3 case. It doesn't. The hard case, it doesn't. I tried. It kind of does, but it doesn't because of where the Pocket 3 is a little bit longer than the Pocket 4 is a little bit longer than the Pocket 3, and you have this little bridge in the Pocket 3 case, and I feel like I think it just about rests on the screen, so then the Pocket 4 is like pushed up a little bit, so it kind of fits in there, but it doesn't. It's not snug in there, so I wouldn't use it. If I was going on vacation tomorrow, which camera would I take with me? If I was going, okay, with my family, or if I was going to do content creation, or on vacation, I would take the Osmo 360 for sure. That goes everywhere with me, and the Action 5. Yeah, because when I'm going on vacation, I'm not trying to do any work, so I don't need the Pocket 4 because I'm not going to be doing any kind of talking head. So definitely Osmo 360, Action 5. Yeah. What are the bags you use to carry stuff around? It honestly depends where I'm going and what I'm carrying. But I use my sling a lot because all I have is an action camera or two and a mic. But honestly, it depends where I'm going and what I'm doing. Did I have the Osmo Pocket 3 prior to this one? Yes, I did. I've done quite a few videos on the Pocket 3 actually. There's a complete playlist for the Pocket 3 on my channel. Hi Tamara, how's it going? Great to see you live as promised. Yes, I did go live today. I will do another live stream though, because someone did point out quite rightly that I was going to go through settings in this video for the Pocket 4, but I figured it doesn't really make much sense because no one has it yet, and it makes more sense to do it in a few weeks or whenever it's available to buy when people have it, so that you can actually go through the settings as I go through them as well. So now it's just a general chat. How do I have 3 mics with the kids including my mic? I don't, so I have one mic and then I'll put one mic on the kids, on one of them, because they're usually running around together, so it'll pick up the audio from the other one. But if they're a little bit further apart, then I'll take my mic off because I'm not really bothered about what I'm saying, and I'll put the mic on the other child, and I have it in stereo so that I can split their audio, so it's not merged into one file. So if one of them is being a lot louder than the other one, then I can bring the volume down, and that works quite nicely. I'm a cruise vlogger and I use the DJI 360 Pocket 3 and just bought the Nano. I feel like I wasted money on the Nano due to how I film, but I think I can get creative with it. Why did you buy the Nano? Just out of curiosity. What was the reason for you buying it? Can I buy one Osmo Pocket 4 from you? It doesn't sell in the US. Unfortunately not. I need both of them. In your honest opinion, for those who already have the Pocket 3, it should change? Thanks for your attention. I'm guessing you mean should you upgrade? If you already have the Pocket 3, I would say you don't need to. I wouldn't say it's a big enough upgrade from the Pocket 3 if you already own the Pocket 3. Hey Washington, how's it going? Hello everyone, I film with the Pocket 3 in my type of video, filming in nature. Would you advise me to upgrade? Filming in nature with the Pocket 3. What are you filming though? How are you filming? What are you actually filming? Which laptop E1? Was that the same question that I answered earlier, or did someone else ask me? So very quickly, it's the MacBook M1, MacBook Pro M1 from 4 years ago, probably almost 5 years ago now. No audio. Stop. Serious? Hang on a second. Let me scroll through on here. Can you guys not hear my audio? Someone said no audio. I'll wait a second because I know it's a little bit behind. But let me know if you can hear me. Can hear you fine. Okay, cool. What lens do you use for product shots? It looks so good. So I use the Zeiss Batis 40mm. It's my favourite lens. And I'll be honest, the only reason I never switched from Sony, because I was looking at getting a Lumix S1 II at one point, and I'll be honest, the only reason I didn't was because I love that lens. It's crazy. I didn't swap because of one lens, but it's a beautiful lens. I love it. So the Zeiss 40mm Batis lens. I also have the 85 as well, which is so nice for portraits. I remember taking loads of amazing photos of my kids when they were babies. I don't do it anymore. I don't know why as much, but I just, whilst they were just, you know, playing and just say, I guess it was when they weren't like really running around much and they were just kind of sitting and crawling and stuff, I'd take really nice portraits of them. And the 85mm is such a beautiful lens as well. But the 40 is the one that I would use above everything. Tamara, do your LUTs work on any editing software that can accept third-party LUTs? DaVinci Resolve. Yeah. So any editing software that accepts LUTs, the LUTs will work on them. So DaVinci, Premiere, Final Cut, LumaFusion, CapCut, any editing software. How often am I using ND filters for what cameras or what applications? I don't use ND filters anymore. I only use them if I use my Sony camera outdoors, but otherwise I don't use filters anymore. I record walking tours in 4K HDR with my Pocket 3. Would you advise me to upgrade eventually? I saw your video with the camera comparison and the image looked a bit better on the Pocket 4. Honestly, I guess that's your call. You have to look at the footage and say to yourself, is it worth the upgrade for you? For me, if I didn't already have the Pocket 4, I wouldn't be rushing to buy it. Obviously I would, because I review cameras and I like cameras, but if I had the Pocket 3 and I was just, you know, I wasn't doing these kind of videos, these reviews, then I probably wouldn't rush to get the Pocket 4. Are you still flying drones? What do you fly? Yep, still flying drones. So I use the Neo 2 a lot, and also the Mini 5 Pro is my main one. Is this the Pocket 4? Yes, this is the Pocket 4. This stream is on the Pocket 4. If I had to have only one, which one would I choose? Action 6 or Pocket 4? Oh, that's a good question. If I could only have one, if I had to choose. I go with the Action 6, you know. I'm not gonna lie. Only because I don't like doing walk and talk vlogs with the pocket cameras, because I don't like how close it is. Yes, I know I can put the wide angle lens on, but it's another thing that you have to put on and then take off. And then also, I just find do you know what? Just watch the video tomorrow that I'm going to post, because I go into detail, but I'll say the Action 6. And the video that's going out tomorrow that you'll see between the Action 6 and the Pocket 4 will make sense. What bag do I use to carry my cameras if you carry more than one when travelling? So if I'm travelling far out or far away, I will use my... Oh, here it is actually. It's this one. Oh, it's very full at the moment, but this one by Moment. And I think it's the everyday backpack, but it's got a nice amount of pockets. So you've got this pocket here, and then there's another pocket inside. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a pocket in there, there's a pocket in there. And then you've got the main compartment in here, which has some stuff in it, and then you've got another pocket there. And then you've got the bit at the back, which is where I keep my laptop, you can see it in there, and some other bits. And a picture that my daughter drew me, so whenever I go away, she said, you know, you should look at that so that you remember me. It's like, I'll always remember you, darling. But I keep that picture in there, so I do look at it occasionally from time to time. And it's got some other little pockets as well, so you can put some pens in there, some pockets in there. So yeah, it's a really good backpack. That's the one that I take with me. And it's got this luggage strap, so you can put it on a wheelie case. So that's the one that I use when I travel. What situations do you use your shotgun mic? I haven't used my shotgun mic for ages. I can't even remember the last time I used my shotgun mic, because I just used it. I used the Hollyland mic, or I use a DJI mic. So yeah, I haven't used a shotgun mic for ages, but when I did, I was using the Sennheiser MKE 400, which is a really nice shotgun mic. It's really good. Is this a direct stream in 4K from the Pocket 4? It is indeed. This is completely from the Pocket 4 in 4K, 30 FPS. Kirby P Films, thank you for the super chat. Sorry I missed that earlier. Thank you very much. How's the little ones? Love to see you do UK short films. The little ones are doing great. They're great. Not so little anymore. I mean, they are little, but they're not, you know, dinky little newborns. I can't believe the time has passed so quickly. One of my old videos popped up, and I saw when I had my son in the sling and I was doing my video. And I just look at him now and I'm like, when did you grow so much? He's still little though, kind of. And my daughter as well. Can't believe she's almost as tall as me. It's crazy. But I'm not very tall. I'm very short, so it doesn't take much. No drone. What do you mean by no drone? Why Osmo 360 and Action 5 and not the Action 6? Do you know what? I think the Action 5 looks better than the Action 6. I'm going to say it. Just going to put it out there. I feel like the image from the Action 5 looks better because it looks more realistic. Even though the Action 6 has higher quality, it's a really weird thing because the quality is there overall, but it's just the look of the footage. It just doesn't look, I don't know whether, I think it's because of how it renders my skin tone, and then it just looks really kind of smooth and plasticky and fake. Whereas with the Action 5, it just looks more natural than the Action 6. So that's why I always tend to reach for the Action 5 first. But more recently, I've been trying to force myself to use the Action 6 to see if I can change my mind. But then I just keep thinking, nah, I really wish I'd just used the Action 5 instead. So I don't know, maybe there'll be another firmware update for the Action 6 that might make it a bit better, like it was for the Action 5, because I was the same with the Action 5 when it came out, between that and the Action 4. I still do think the Action 4 looks better than the Action 5 when you've got a decent amount of light, but in general, yeah, I prefer the Action 5 to the Action 6 for the more natural look that it has, even though it's still got that little bit of an HDR look, but not as bad as it did when it first came out. And it just looks, yeah, it looks more natural than the Action 6 to me. Do you ever shoot in HDR, HLG on the Pocket 3? How does it compare to the HDR on the Pocket 4? The Pocket 4 doesn't have HLG, it just has normal and D-Log. I'm pretty sure. I didn't see HLG. Just double checking now. Yeah, I thought I didn't see it. It doesn't have HLG, it's just normal and D-Log. I don't know whether that will change or not, but I don't have it on either of these two cameras, so. So in Canada, Amazon will deliver the Pocket 4 April 24th, and so does the DJI website. Good to know. No, I don't think the 4 has HDR. No, it doesn't. Hello over there in Houston. What editing software are you using to edit your Pocket recordings? So Final Cut Pro. I edit in Final Cut Pro. Audio good, all good, all good, all good. Can hear me? Good, good, good. I know this was ages ago, but you know, I did check before I moved on. What's better for filming inside with decent lighting, iPhone 16 Pro or the Pocket 4? I'm going to say the Pocket 4, to be honest. I was using my phone for some shots, and then I used the Pocket 4 for some shots, and I preferred the Pocket 4 footage, to be honest. And that's not to say that the iPhone 17 Pro, I've got the Pro Max, isn't good. It is. The footage is really good. But the Pocket 4 footage did look better to me, especially when... So the Pocket 4, like the Pocket 3, it has, what's it called? Product showcase mode. It's the focus mode where you can get close up with whatever object you want to show. And so I guess it depends what you're filming, but that is a really great feature to have. So like I said, I don't travel with my A7S III, my Sony A7S III. So if I'm doing a video where I actually want to do a product shot, then using the Pocket camera is the Pocket 4. I would use the Pocket 3 before, but using the Pocket 4 is a good alternative. But I do, like I said earlier, do occasionally use my phone, but I would prefer to use the Pocket 4. I think the footage looks better. How's the onboard mic on the Pocket 4? It's decent, but you have to be quite close to the camera. And if you're going to be outdoors filming in any kind of busy environment, then I would definitely recommend to have one of the mics. So whether you use the Mic Mini or the Mic 2 or the Mic 3, because you are going to get better audio and your voice will be isolated a lot better, so you won't get all the ambient sounds. But the onboard mics are decent. I wouldn't rely on them. Hi, just got here, not sure if this was asked already, but can your LUTs be used on the Insta360 Go Ultra iLog 8-bit? If not, would you consider making one? They're not created for that profile, so, and I haven't tried them on that profile. I would say no, just because I haven't tried them and I haven't created them for that. And 8-bit is, it's one of those, it's just not, iLog is not, I've mentioned this in Insta360 videos before, it's not a nice profile to color grade, so that's why I haven't made any LUTs for it. And I mainly use DJI cameras, but when I have used, say, the Ace Pro 2 or the X5, then I shoot in the standard color profile, because the colors from Insta360 cameras are really nice. I especially really like the X5, and the only reason I use the Osmo 360 more than I use the X5 is because of the DJI ecosystem. But I remember when the X5 came out, and I loved it, and I still like it today. It's still a great camera today, and the Ace Pro 2 is a great camera as well. The Mission 1, the GoPro Mission 1 looks interesting. Definitely looks interesting. When filming on the Osmo Pocket 3 or 4, do you just hold it while walking or attach it to your bag? I don't really use it for that anymore. When I used to use it for walk and talking, I just used to hold it out. But I don't really use it for that anymore. I just use an action camera when I'm doing walk and talk vlogs. The only thing that I would, if I was out and about, use the Pocket for would be for B-roll, because it is a nice camera to use for getting specific B-roll shots. But for doing anything where I'm, like for example, sometimes I will be walking and talking and then I'll flip the camera around to do a POV shot to talk about something that to show something that I'm talking about, and I'll be walking whilst I do it. And I much prefer to use an action camera for that than the Pocket. So the Pocket for me, like I said earlier, is mainly as a talking head camera. So if I'm sitting down and I'm doing a talking head, then I use the Pocket 4. And as a webcam, and for the tracking sometimes, but more and more I've been using the Osmo 360 for tracking for behind the scenes. Yeah, so tomorrow, Graham, there is a video that's going out about the Pocket 4 versus the Action 6. Oh, my chat just jumped. Where did I get to? Is that a sticker on the mic? Where do you get it? Yeah, the stickers come with the mic. So, do I have it here? Yeah, I do. With the Hollyland M2 mic, you get this little thing of stickers. And when I was doing the review, I was just demonstrating putting the stickers on, and I just chose one and put it on there, and I just left it, and then that just became the one that I just use. It just became my thing. So, but yeah, the stickers come with the mic. If I had to film on the go, what would be my 3 cameras? Osmo 360, Pocket 4 for indoors, and Action 5. I don't travel with drones because the laws are so different depending on the country that you're going to, and I can't be bothered. So I don't take drones when I'm traveling out of the country. Good evening, Lucas. Oh, the chat keeps jumping. I keep getting to a certain point and then it keeps jumping. How do you make sure your videos are not like others? I just do my thing. I make videos the way that I want to make them, the way that I would have wanted to watch them. I don't consume a lot as well, to be honest. I stopped doing that a long time ago, where I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos, and now I don't really watch YouTube that much and don't really watch other videos that much because I don't want to be influenced in any way. Not, trying to copy anybody, but there's always something that filters through, and I prefer to just do my own thing and not think about what anyone else is doing. Hello, Sennheiser. Oh, Sennheiser's up in here. Hello. What's the price for the Pocket 4? You're going to have to check on the DJI website because there are different bundles, and I don't remember the prices off the top of my head. What are the types of shots you get for these videos? Do you have a shot list, and what cameras get those shots? What are the types of shots you get for these videos? Which videos? Do you mean my vlogs? Which videos? But in terms of shot list, I don't really. It depends on the video that I'm doing. I don't write out long shot lists anymore because I do my planning a different way to how I used to do it. I guess I do kind of do a shot list. I just do it on the timeline rather than writing it out. But if I'm doing a vlog, a walk and talk vlog, and I'm going out and about, I don't tend to have a shot list. I just film in the moment because I film my vlogs in a very linear way. So if I'm going from A to B, I'm not thinking I need to get this shot, this shot, or this shot. In the moment, I will just think, what did I just talk about? Where am I going? And then I'll get the B-roll to film in between that. And that's kind of how I do it now, rather than actually writing out a shot list, because the shot list kind of used to slow me down because I'd think, okay, I need to get this shot and I need to get that shot. And if I missed a shot, I think, oh, I need to go back and get that shot. Whereas if I can stand in the moment and think, okay, what did I just talk about? And where am I going to next? What do I need to fill in to bridge the gap about what I was just talking about? Then I can just film it in the moment. And then it does mean that all my footage is in a very linear way, so that when I drop it onto the timeline, it makes it quicker and easier to edit. Salted popcorn is winning. Let me see this. Oh, it's jumped to the lead. Okay. Okay. Guys, if you haven't voted on this popcorn, sweet, salted, or mixed. And sorry, I forgot toffee and I forgot butter, but sweet, salted, or mixed. Sweet and salted was in the lead. It has dropped behind. Sweet and salted is the only way. Come on, guys. Come on. I have the X5 Ace Pro 2 and Go Ultra, but I shoot in warm tone colour mode on my Ace Pro 2, and it's beautiful every time for sure. Gonna go for the Osmo Pocket 4 when available in the US. If you like those tones in the X5, then you will definitely like the film tones in the Pocket 4. I was saying earlier that you need to pick the certain location to use specific ones, because some look better in certain situations than others. But they are nice though, they are. And you'll find that sweet spot between the strength as well, because sometimes 100% looks really good and then sometimes it looks overkill. So I feel like it's a little bit of you have to test it out a bit. Is the Pocket 4 weather sealed? As far as I know, no. But as I was saying earlier, it does have the micro SD card slot has a little door on it, whereas with the Pocket 3 it didn't have that. So I don't know. I couldn't see it anywhere in the info, and I haven't. I need to double check with DJI, so I'm not 100% sure. I know you can't obviously submerge it, but in terms of it being weather sealed, I'm not 100% sure. What drone do you think DJI will be coming next week? Can't tell you that, can I? Pocket 4 looks cool, but I'm leaning towards skipping it because the Nano is too fun. Fair enough. How do you stop watching YouTube? I just stopped, love. Honestly. It was taking up too much of my time, and like I said before, it's one of those things where you can just get influenced in what you create when you watch other people. So I just didn't want that. So now I just focus on what I'm doing, and I just do it how I want to do it, not thinking, oh, someone else did a video like this and they mentioned this thing, maybe I should mention that, or maybe I should talk about that. So I just do it from my perspective and my experience and how I want to do the videos. So not watching other videos helps a lot. Tamara, this is random, but I appreciate how you use your real normal voice and not one of those YouTube voices. Thanks. I don't think I'd be able to keep it up. I know what you mean, but yeah. In the beginning, I thought I needed to have this very hyped voice. So if you watch any of my the very first videos that I created, there's one, I think it was my welcome video on my channel, and I was like, what's up everybody, welcome to my channel, my name's Tamara, and I'm like, I don't even talk like that in real life, what is wrong with you? And so I was just like, do you know what, if I sound, I don't know, I used to think I sounded really dull. This is why I felt like I needed to ramp it up a little bit, and I just thought, do you know what, I sound how I sound, people will take it how they take it, they'll take it or leave it. So, but thank you. This is just how I speak in real life. Is DJI Action 4 still great today? Very much so. I would very much recommend the Action 4 today. It's, yeah, and for the price as well. Every time I see the price, and when it goes on sale, I'm like, that is such a steal. Like, how much is it? How much is it today? I don't even know, but it's, yeah, it's a great camera today. If you would have to choose only one DJI camera, Nano, Action, Pocket, which one is your go-to and why? Do you know, I answered this earlier, but I'll answer it again. So I was saying the Osmo 360, and it's not an obvious choice, I know, but it is the one camera that I can rely on, like always, for anything. And I love 360 cameras so much that if I didn't have one in my kit, I would actually feel a bit of a loss without one now because I use it so often. So yeah, the Osmo 360. Because also, with the Osmo 360, you can just film in like regular video mode, so you don't even have to use the 360 mode. And the single, what's it called? Single lens mode actually looks pretty decent. You can get by with it. So yeah, this, if I had to have one camera, it would be the Osmo 360 for sure. How do you organise and store old B-roll to use in future videos? So I have a bit of a system. I feel like I have to show this. So I'm doing a live, do you know what? This is a, I was going to do a workshop, and I am still going to do the workshop, where I go through how to organise all your footage and then take that footage and then make a vlog if you've got loads of footage sitting on your hard drive and you still haven't made a video from it. I do have that workshop coming up. But it's just about organising it in a way that makes sense. And this is going to be different for you than it is for me. But I tend to, based on the videos that I do, I organise my footage based on, so I'll have top level folders. So I'll have brand folders like DJI, Insta360, what else? Any other brands that I talk about, GoPro. And then within those folders, I break it down into another folder where it'll be product specific. So because I create loads of videos for a specific product, so for example, the Pocket 4, I have 4 videos already. And so I'll create DJI folder, overall folder, DJI Pocket 4, playlist folder, overall folder. And then within that folder, I have each video, so as a project. And within the, it's really hard to explain without showing you because I feel like it's not going to make much sense. But in the top level folder of, say, the DJI Pocket folder, DJI Pocket 4 folder, I'll have a folder called footage, and then within that folder, I have the footage broken up into, like, whether it's BTS, whether it's POV, whether it's just general B-roll, and then I'll have it labelled again for different locations. So if I went and shot on a certain day, so for example, I went to Puzzlewood last week, I'll have a folder that says Puzzlewood. And then if I went to, I don't know, I went to Portishead the other day, I would have a folder called Portishead. So I will show you though, if you do join that workshop, I'll show you what that looks like, because it's an easy way to go back through and find anything that you need very quickly. And yeah, it's how I organise stuff. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. I do love the fact that you can adjust from 100 down to whatever you want. I wish the Ace Pro 2 and X5 did that. Yeah, it's very handy. It would be nice if it was kind of on a slider rather than just having 30, 50, 70 or 100%, because I feel like there are in-betweens. But yeah, it is nice that you have four different strengths anyway. Is it hard making YouTube videos? Yeah, it's a challenge. It gets easy. Like, making videos is, I'd say it's, without sounding flippant, easy. But I've been doing this for 9 years. I started my channel 9 years ago, and I've made almost 700 videos on here. But making videos is easy once you have a process and a workflow. But keeping up with making videos is the hard part, because you almost feel like you just have to keep going sometimes. And especially if you have loads of videos, it's when you have loads of ideas and you really want to keep making videos, because it's like, okay, I have this idea, this idea, this idea, and you want to keep making one after the other, and you kind of have to slow yourself down. But yeah, it's a challenge, but it's a good challenge. Tamara, your LUTs are amazing, I guess. Great job. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I like your videos because of how you say battery. Do you know what? I used to put little emojis on the screen before, and someone said you should bring that back. Maybe I will. Do you think there'll be a time when we'll be able to shoot both vertical and horizontal using the Osmo Pocket cameras? I hope so. I was hoping that there was going to be a square sensor in this Pocket 4, because obviously the Action 6 has it. But alas, there is not. So yeah, that was disappointing. Have you retired any cameras that you enjoyed but the upgrade was better? The Action 4, yeah. So I don't use it anymore, but yeah, I don't, and that's why, because there are better options for me now. Guys, I'm gonna have to go soon. I've just realised it's 11 o'clock in the evening, depending on where you are in the world. But yeah, it's 11 o'clock in the evening. I've been on here for almost 2 hours. Thank you for helping me build the confidence I need to put my face in front of the camera and not care about who's around. My first camera will be the Action 5. I'm so glad that you feel confident doing that, because I know it's one of those things that really does stop people in the beginning. So I'm glad that whatever I've done has helped you, truly. How's live streaming from the Osmo Pocket 4? I have streaming backpack and wondering. Well, this is from the Pocket 4, so this live stream is the Pocket 4. It's just not through the Mimo app, so I'm using OBS. Hi, I told you a few months ago that some influencers mention you often. Here are their channels. Their names are Rob, The Maritimer, Old Mike, Kevin Colby. I've spoken to Kevin Colby actually before. But thanks for letting me know. Please do a full workflow in-depth video. Yeah, I will do at some point. Lighting and sound makes anything cinematic. Good lighting, good sound. Lighting is everything, honestly. The moment I learnt that, it changed so much for me. Lighting is like, it's probably one of the biggest things to learn in the beginning, is lighting and audio. I love Sennheiser. I use your headphones for my music production. Sennheiser's great, honestly. The MKE 400, I had the MKE 200 at one point. I still have it actually, I just don't use it anymore. But I had the MK200 and I was using that with my GoPro because the audio from the medium mod was crap, and I just thought I can't do this. And so I used to use the MKE200, and then I got the MKE400, and the difference, it was just, the MKE400 sounds so good. And I started using it with my A7S III, and I used it anytime so this was before I started using action cameras to vlog, and I used to go out with my A7S III on a Joby GorillaPod 16 to 35mm lens, and I'd have the MKE400 on top of the camera. And the sound that comes out from that microphone is so good, honestly. So if you need a shotgun mic that plugs straight into your camera, no faffing around, the MKE400 is the one. And I have done videos about it on my channel. They're old now, it's like a couple of years ago, but I still have it here. So if I need, and I didn't get rid of it because I thought, if ever I need a shotgun mic, that's the one I'm using, no question. Thanks for answering my question. That workshop sounds great. Looking forward to it. Will that be a video on the channel? It's not going to be on the channel because it's going to be a very interactive one. So it'll be done via Zoom. So, but in fact, there is a wait list because the spots are going to be limited, because it is going to be quite a hands-on workshop. So let me just drop the link to it. Let me just make sure this is the right link. Nope. There it is. Let me drop this in here. So I am going to aim to do that next month because I've got quite a bit to do before the end of this month, but I'm going to aim to do it next month, even though I did say that was going to be in March. I can't believe it's the middle of April. How is it the middle of April? It was Christmas like last week. It's crazy. Hey Tamara, said it earlier, nobody makes reviews like you do. Clear, precise, short, and with loads of style, so educational. Love them. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Hey Nicholas from Rio de Janeiro. Lexi, always great seeing you live. Thanks so much for the info. My pleasure. Thanks for joining in on the live stream. It's perfect you retired the action for donate it. I did, I donated it to my children. They love using cameras, especially my daughter. She's always like, can you take a picture of this? It's like some random bit of tissue or a bit of paper or something. I'm like, you do it, because you've got your own camera and I don't want random nonsense on my phone. So yeah, she loves using the camera. I was looking through her, she was showing me her camera feed the other day, like her playback, and I was just looking at her pictures and the pictures that she took of her and my son, her little brother, and I was just, my heart was melting. It was just so cute, so sweet. To be honest, I really prefer the sound to be great rather than the picture colours and lighting. Yeah, I mean, I've said this before as well, if you can sit through a video, at least me anyway, I can sit through a video where the image quality isn't great, might be a little bit out of focus, might be a little bit washed out, just quality just doesn't look good. But if the audio sounds bad, I can't sit through that. But if the audio is on point and the image quality doesn't look great, I'll still watch the video. Especially, obviously, the content has to be something that is interesting, but yeah, I will still watch a video. What's new and interesting from this version? Have a look at the video that I posted today, the Pocket 3 versus Pocket 4 video. Urban motorhome, amazing, join the waitlist. Awesome. Like I said, it will be next month. I'm gonna aim to do it next month. I'm gonna put it in my calendar and block off the time to do it next month. It's only gonna be, it might be over 2 days because it might be split into organising so it's going to be split into organising footage, and then it's going to be, the second half is going to be about actually editing once you've organised the footage, because there are so many people who have just hours of footage, and honestly you have to get through the whole organising the footage first before you can even attempt to edit something, but you just have to sit down and do it. So that's going to be the first half of it. Do I have a favourite focal length? I guess, again, it depends what you're filming, but if I could only have one lens, it would be the 40mm Zeiss Batis lens. And to be fair, when I got my Pixis 6K, I got the DZO Als Prime 40mm, which is such a beautiful lens, and also the Blazer Remus, was it the 45? I think it was the 45mm. So I like a 40 in that range, but not for vlogging, obviously. Just for shooting B-roll and anything else. Hey Luana. Yeah, the volume is lower, but like I said earlier, I'm not changing anything because I don't want to mess up my audio. And I'm using OBS and I haven't used it for ages, and I cannot for the life of me find where the general, like the other audio settings are to raise the volume. So sorry, but next time it will be better. Is that the audio straight off the camera? No, so this audio is coming from the Hollyland Lark M2, and the reason that I used that mic is because it just plugs straight into my laptop without having to pair or unpair anything. If I were to use the DJI Mic 3 like I normally use with my DJI cameras, I would have to unpair it from the camera, plug the receiver into the computer, and then do that, and it's a faff. Whereas with this mic I can just literally just plug it in and I'm good to go. Didn't know you had a daughter. Yep, I have 2 children. I have a son and a daughter. They're awesome. Evening from New York. Hello, Wade Photography. Audio is indeed everything. I've seen so many people, so many videos of people reviewing the camera before they even got their hands on it. I'm glad you waited. Yeah, I just don't understand reviews when you haven't used the thing. So obviously I've had it for a while, but it was like back in the day, before I used to work with DJI and collaborate with DJI, I would obviously buy the gear, and I would buy it the day it came out, and then back then, depending on what it was, I'd usually get the camera the next day, but I wouldn't talk about it until I'd actually used it, and I'd go out that very day and I'd go and use it, and I'd go and film stuff, and I'd do get loads of footage, but I couldn't bring myself to review something if I hadn't actually used it. I need to actually use it to know what I can. Obviously you can have an opinion about something based on what you've heard, but for me it's all about the experience of what is it actually like to use, and I can only do that if I've actually used it. You've motivated me with different styles of shooting, camera angles from here in Kenya. Thank you. I'm glad that the videos have been motivational for you. I'd like to buy a LUTs. From what I understand, you have videos explaining them. I want to know if they're translated. I'm using a translator to write these messages. So in YouTube, there's an auto translation feature. I don't know how many languages it's in, but yeah, you could have a look at that because it does auto translate, and same with the subtitles as well. It'll translate with the subtitles. I love your necklace that you put your audio microphone on. So this necklace comes with the Holyland Lark M2, and it fits perfectly with the Mic 3. So whenever you see me wearing the Mic 3, it's the same necklace. So let me show you. And it's because it's got the same circle magnet on the back, but yeah, the Mic 3. So that's what I use with the Mic 3, and it is just the pendant that came with the Lark M2 microphone. I feel like DJI should just sell one of these necklaces. The amount of times people have asked me where this necklace is from, they should just put one in with their microphones, because it's great. This is the only way that I wear my microphones now, because it's just so awkward sometimes to try and attach a mic and have it sound decent. Like if I was to attach it to here, I'd probably have to put it here, but then it'd be facing the wrong way, and it's just a lot easier to have it on the pendant. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. You're welcome, Luana. Bob Kelly, hi Tamara, I love your content. Thanks so much, I appreciate that. Will there be a 4 Pro model, or was this supposed to be Pro model everyone was rumouring about? Who knows? Sennheiser, I feel like you need to send me something to try. Just saying. Just saying. You know, have a podcast set up with the Pocket 4. Just saying. Great content as always. Thank you very much. What would your favourite laptop be? Well, the one that I'm using at the moment is the MacBook M1. MacBook Pro M1 from like 4 years ago, and it still does a good job now. How long have you had the Pocket 4? Does no one see you use it when outdoors? For a couple of months, I'd say. People don't really tend to pay much attention, to be honest, and I try and keep it obscure. But also, the Pocket 4 literally looks like the Pocket 3, so it's very, there's not really much in it, so, and I try not, I do try and be discreet with it, so that people don't see labels and such. Thank you for your reply. Looking forward to the comparison video tomorrow. You're very welcome. How to work with brands. Honestly, with my channel, I like with all of the brands that I work with at the moment, they all got in touch with me. So DJI got in touch with me. I've done a lot of videos on the Action 2, the Pocket 2, and the Action 3 by the time they'd reached out and asked me if I wanted to do stuff. And GoPro reached out after I'd done several videos on a few of the GoPro cameras. Again, this was all when I was like back in the day, like really early in the beginning. So when was the GoPro, I think I had the 6, and I used that a lot, and then I got the 10 when it eventually came out and did a video, and that's when GoPro got in touch. And then Insta360, I remember Insta360 getting in touch with me for the X2. How old is that now? Like, well, I was pregnant with my son, so it was like, it must have been like 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago, a bit more than ish, 4.5 years ago. So yeah, I just put out lots of videos, and not because I was necessarily looking to work with brands, but I was just doing videos about the gear that I wanted to use and the gear that I was curious about, and stuff that I did just want to use for myself as well. And I was just genuinely intrigued about comparisons, because I'd think, okay, I got this camera, but is it actually better than this camera for this situation? And that's how the comparisons came about for me. And yeah, I just made videos on stuff that I wanted to make videos about, rather than thinking if I make these videos, these brands will want to work with me. I was just doing it for the joy of doing it. I like to put my wireless microphone on the brim of my hat, but I like the necklace better. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people put it on their hats. I got the OP one, but this will be an upgrade for me. Do you know what? I never had the Osmo Pocket one. And do you know what? I remember the one where it was, I remember seeing this. You remember the one? It had like a big kind of like ball camera, and it was huge. But I remember seeing that and I thought, that is so cool. And yeah, that was the first time that I kind of really looked at DJI gear. And then I got the, I'm going off topic a little bit here, but the Phantom 3 Professional. So that drone, the white one, where you had to take the props off every time you wanted to use it, and you literally needed a dedicated backpack just to take the drone around. So I'd always have this quandary: do I take my drone? Do I take my camera stuff? And a lot of the time the drone would win. And that's also another reason why I ended up using action cameras, because I thought I can't bring a mirrorless camera and that drone. And so then I started using smaller cameras. But yeah, the Phantom 3 Professional, that was such a good drone. I loved flying that. That's what got me into drones. It was so fun. What necklace are you wearing? So this necklace comes with the Hollyland Lark M2. And yeah, it's just the pendant that comes with that mic. Hi Tamara, a bit late to the stream, just watched your Pocket 4 video, always like your camera comparisons. I own the Pocket 3, probably won't be upgrading my camera anytime soon, though, as it's so good. Yeah, the Pocket 3, like I said earlier, the Pocket 3, if you already own it, it's good. I don't really see a massive need to upgrade, unless you just like buying DJI cameras. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's a huge difference. Yeah, actually, good to see the Pocket 4 working well as a webcam without overheating. So yeah, this is 4K 30, and I've been going for 2 hours now, and it hasn't overheated. It feels hot, but still good. Still good. Love your content, keep killing it. I believe the Pocket 4 should have been called the Pocket 3 Pro. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, I said in the beginning of the comparison video, the difference between the Pocket 3 and the Pocket 2 was so huge that I was hoping for more with the Pocket 4, I'm not going to lie. Where can I buy the magnet necklace if I lose one magnet mic? I don't know if they sell these separately. I haven't actually looked, but you'd have to look on Hollyland store. Oh, big bro's in the house. Killing it as always, sis. Love, you director's notes has shot up on YouTube. Like, honestly, you're killing it. You're killing it. But yeah, my big bro. I have an Action 5 and waited a long time for the Pocket 4, but I'm still on the fence after all the reviews. My gut is telling me the Action 5 is good enough. The Action 5 is still good. I was saying this earlier, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I prefer the Action 5, and it's just because I feel like it looks more natural than the Action 6. I feel like the Action 6 still has this kind of, I don't know, it's just a plasticky look almost sometimes. So yeah, the Action 5 is still great. I feel like my glasses are just melting off my face. Where can I actually prefer the video coming from the Pocket rather than the 4. Do you mean the Pocket 3? I think you mean the Pocket 3 rather than the Pocket 4. My channel's slogan is, we are not obsessed, we are dedicated. Following in your footsteps. Aw, thanks. Guys, it's been 2 hours and I'm gonna go because yeah, it's 11:30. Salted, still sweet and salted is so close to salted popcorn. 249 people voted. If you haven't voted, get your voting real quick. I also want to take a screenshot of this because I always do this and I post it on Instagram. But yeah, salted, interesting. Sweet and salted and salted. Not many people like sweet popcorn. Interesting. Saw something saying the 4 might not be released in the United States. Yep. DJI is really trying to fight that at the moment. Hopefully for you guys, there is a resolution, but it's not looking good, is it? Does active track work well in webcam mode? It does. So there we go. And if you didn't know as well, more things than I realised, like more features than I realised work quite well in webcam mode. So for example, I'm using the film tones. The film tone that I'm using at the moment is pastel at 50%. Yeah, and it's working. It works pretty well, and there's no overheating to the camera either. Are you going to get the new style by Meta Ray-Ban? No, I don't need it because the tech is still the same, so I don't feel like I need to get anything for a different style. I don't like buying things just for the sake of it. Like, if something was improved in terms of the tech, then I would, but if it's just for a style, then I won't. Am I streaming with the Pocket 4 right now? Yes, I am. Do you think it's worth to shoot in log, or how do you feel about the normal profile in the Pocket for most scenarios? Honestly, I like the film tones, but to be honest, I really only shoot in log when I know that I'm going to be matching cameras from different cameras in the same video. And even then, it depends on the camera that I'm using, because with the more recent DJI cameras, they all kind of match quite nicely anyway in the normal color profile. across the, like for example the Osmo 360. To be fair, actually with the Osmo 360 I do shoot in D-Log-M because I feel like you do get better quality with the Osmo 360 in D-Log-M. But with, for example, the Action 5, I mainly shoot in normal. With the Action 6, I would shoot in normal, but actually, because of how unnatural it looks, I'm more inclined to shoot in D-Log-M. But with the Nano, I shoot in normal. So Action 5 normal, Nano normal, Pocket normal, yeah. And with the Pocket 4 now having film tones, if you have it at like 30%, for example, in one of the videos that I posted today, the talking head was shot in the retro film tone at 30%, and I thought that looked quite nice. So I would say if you can't be bothered to color grade, you don't have to, because the normal color profiles are okay if you add a little bit of an adjustment to them, because they do look a little bit flat and washed out, but it doesn't really take much, which is why I created tone boost LUTs, because I just drop one of those on my footage and then that's it. It gives it that little bit more of a punch and a bit of a richer look to it. Right, last few comments. Go to bed, have a lovely sleep. Yeah, I will do. Yes, it's me, Tools. Gave you a shout out on my vlog. Love from South Africa. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Here in Germany, you would for sure get at least 80% sweet. In a lot of German cinemas, you can't even get anything else other than sweet popcorn. Thanks so much, Sennheiser. I'll check that out and I will definitely get back to you. It'd be awesome to do something. Okay, last one. Do you always write scripts or is it always free-flowing talk? It depends on the video, but I do a bit of a hybrid. So if I know that I need to do a video very quickly, I'll script it, which seems counterintuitive, I know, because you think, well, if you need to do a video quickly, just talk. But actually, if I script a video, then it makes me edit a lot quicker because I know exactly what I need, how the video is going to go together. Whereas if I do something off the cuff, then I have to piece it together afterwards. But again, it depends on the video. If I'm doing a review or a comparison, I always script those videos so that I make sure that I say everything that I wanted to say without going off on a tangent. And again, it makes it easier for me to put that video together very quickly. So for example, the Pocket 4 video that I posted today, that isn't, not the comparison, the other one, I basically filmed and edited that in a day. Planned it, filmed it and edited it in a day. I wrote the script the morning when I woke up, and then I went and filmed it in the day, and then I edited it that day. And I feel like if I hadn't scripted it first, then I would have spent a lot more time piecing it together. So yeah, if I need to do something very quickly, I'll always script it. And if it's something that is in depth, like a review or comparison, I'll always script it. If it's something that's more me talking about an experience that I had, then I rarely script it, or I'll sometimes script it or half script it, but I'll always have points, bullet points, so that I know what I want to say, and I remember to say everything that I want to say. Is there a minimum distance with the Pocket 4 like the Action 6? There is, but I think it's less. It is less than the Action 6. Thanks so very much. We certainly enjoyed it. Looking forward to the next one. It won't be long either. I will do, when more people have the Pocket 4, I'll do another one where I go through all the settings of the camera and just run through everything. The stuff that only the stuff that you really need to know, because there are a lot of settings in there that you don't really need to know, and that's where people get overwhelmed. So, do you put noise cancellation on for Lark M2 often, like in live streams now? No, I don't have the noise cancellation on. Does the tripod go from the 3 to the 4? Yes, it does. So you can use that. Right, guys, thanks for joining. I just want to say this, it's been over 2 hours, 2 hours and 10 minutes, and the Pocket 4 has not overheated. 4K, 30 FPS, and no overheating. So that's pretty good going. But anyway, thanks for joining, and I will catch you on the next live stream. I might do another one next week, not necessarily with the Pocket 4, but just, you know, have a little chat. But yeah, thanks for joining, and I will see you on the next live stream.